made it. Well, the good news with the weather is the snow quit. Couldn't believe it. We had light snow this morning. The sun's been trying to come out. It's colder than shit, and I don't have a whole lot of heat in here. I can run this one electric heater um, on low, but you can't run two heaters or nothing like that. So, damn, and I'm almost out of propane for the big heater. So, damn. But at least I got some bubbler remnants left to partake of. Um, I'm hoping it warms up a little bit with this one little heater I got. Um, I don't really want to run the big one because I don't have a whole lot of propane. I want to use that when it gets really cold, like this evening if we go to bed. And I'm fighting with that damn power steer, the belt. I don't see how it ran um, all the way around the motor, the water pump, and the power steering. It just, damn, it won't stretch that big. Um, so I'm going to see if I can find an old diagram on it or something. What's up? Oh yeah, it's cold. Yeah, it's going to be cold all the way through to when I have to get out of here. So I've got to do this. My problem is I don't have a tank of propane to burn. Um, if I use propane, um, I get about 5 days. If I don't run it at night, I get about 5 days out of it. There's a couple of days I really need it. I'm going to need it for this evening for a while until you go to bed, and then it's good to wake up and have it. I figure tomorrow morning I'll be out. I don't know what to do because good Lord saved me from a fire last night. Hey, cheers. Good Lord saved us from a fire last night. Well, earlier this morning, I should say. Let me catch up on the comments and I'll come back. What am I smoking? Stuff out of my bubbler, reconstituted pot. It's going cold, sir. So anyhow, I could have had a fire at any time last night, I reckon. I don't know what time the wires were overheating. I do know that this morning at 5, as normal, I pretty much woke up, take a leak, figured I'd light the big heater, and get back under the covers for a half hour. And I did that. I took a leak and lit the big heater, got back under the cover, and man, it smells like electrical fire. Something's hot, something's wrong, And I go over and I just barely touch, and the lights go out. And I know immediately what it is. Because not just one section, like an extension cord or something, did something. Everything died. And so I immediately ran out and turned off the breakers and come back, crawled under the covers, nothing I could do for another hour until it got daylight. And sure enough, my wires had gotten hot, and I was only running one heater on medium. I mean, that's not super much, but my power cord is the original cord that was with this RV, and I don't know, I mean, it's brown. Anywhere in that wire from end to end is brown. It don't look copper anymore. I forget what they call that, tainting, whatever. But I need another cord. I need another cord real bad, because without propane, and now I can't run two heaters, I'm going to be screwed. I'm going to be screwed here, even if I have a generator. Well, I guess I could run one little additional cord off the generator, but most of the neighbors won't want me to run a damn generator. I'm kind of screwed. What's up, Michael? Michael? No. Well, I mean, the motor is running. Um, it's just not done yet. Um, it's cold right now. I mean, damn cold. And I'm trying to run this one heater because I just got the power and everything fixed this morning, temporary, to get some heat in here. And I've been trying for the last 45 minutes, but that damn belt just won't fit all three of those. And I'm wondering if it did. It might have went just from the engine to the power steering, but I don't think so. Just like I don't think it went just from the water pump to the power steering, because it seems I mean, there's no way to tighten it then. It's way too loose. It's like my belt shrunk by about 4 inches. Of course, I normally don't replace that belt and shit, so, I mean, I think when I put the engine in 24, or not, in 21, was the last time I'd, ever messed with it. But it is running, and it's going to run. It sounded pretty good when we fired it up. Now that I know where that oil come from, it's on the ground, and I have to hook up the new oil gauge and stuff. But like I say, it's colder than a witch's tit in the brass bra. But I mentioned last night it'd probably be afternoon before I would start on it. But I've been trying to get that power steering belt on. That's going to be the real bitch. Once I get that on, knock on wood, it shouldn't take more than an hour. You know what I mean? Well, I need to, I may not have the exhaust leak fixed. I'm going to double up the exhaust manifold gasket. If that don't take care of the problem, I'm going to have to drop the donut out. The donut got squished or something, didn't line up. And I don't want to go lay out on the ground and do that. And I don't have the funds to replace the donut anyway. Mr. Michael, what's up? My morning's going cold. I got to come up with propane and a 30 amp electrical cord. Yeah, I'm going to come back to South Dakota when I can't even provide heat for myself now. Yeah, I don't think so. I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. You send me the fuel money and the replacement cord, and stuff that I need, and heck, I'll head right that way after court. Actually, I'm headed down to Florida. My brother actually said he liked that video. My brother's a Baptist preacher. We ain't seen each other in 35 years, and I did a little video. Well, I didn't do it. One of the guests here in the park had a drone, and he sent me a little video. It had no sound, and I just chose Christ It Ain't Easy. I don't know if y'all have seen it or not. I made a short on TikTok and YouTube. That's pretty cool. And I sent it to my brother, and he wrote back this morning, gave me the smiley and the thumbs up. Wanted to know when I was coming, where I was at also. Yes, sir, Mr. Snack. Yes, sir. Uh, I got your message, and I'm probably going to work on them bottles. And I thank you for telling me what you wanted on them. I'm probably going to work on them this evening or tomorrow. It's got to get warm in here to work with that vinyl. Um, you know what I mean? That's why I haven't been able to put my Calvins on the window. The sun ain't shone today. It ain't shining today. Hell, we had snow an hour ago. Yeah, I went out a few hours ago. Well, when I went to get coffee, it was clear weather and whatnot. 2 hours ago or so, I went out and said hi to the neighbor because I heard them out there. And damn if it wasn't snowing. Well, come on. Well, come on. That'd be cool. Booyah, Frankie. Hey, kid, that'd be great. Anybody help me get a 30 amp RV extension cord? 25 feet? That would be great, great, great. And I sure could use a hand getting a tank of propane. And that's a real bitch because it's over a quarter mile down to Ace Hardware and back. Another quarter mile carrying that damn tank. I did it last week. Who needs a PayPal? I've got PayPal. I have Cash App, and I have a GoFundMe. I have Chime. Oh, Mr. Will, it says I've got PayPal now. It does. I don't know how to use it, but yeah, I couldn't get it because of my name. They like I say, they screwed me over years ago, and then when I kept trying to get it back, I could never get it. They finally figured it out and closed out the old name. My old name, and now there is a PayPal in my legal name. Yeah. Cash App's the best, that or Chimes. But I have PayPal, and because I just linked it to TikTok, and now TikTok says I have a payment pending for Wednesday as long as it's approved. Well, it's never said that before, so it's going to send it somewhere, and I presume it's going to send it to my PayPal. Just saying, you know. Oh yeah, me and Frankie. Frankie is one. If someone don't trust Frankie, I wouldn't trust them, because Mr. Frankie Archuleta is a step. Yeah, we've been friends. He's followed me since the first year I hit the road. Absolutely, absolutely. I give my word on Mr. Frankie. Who? Wells it up. Killing. Yeah, Cash App, $420 gems. If anybody wants to help out with a tank of propane and a cord. The only ones I've seen down here at Tractor Supply are like $89. So, I mean, they've got one cheaper that might work, but it's still 60 or so. So, if I can get a help raising some funds today, that'd be really, 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 really great. At least the propane. The advantage of the electric is to being able to run the heaters at night. I can't run the propane at night. But I like to run a heater for the dogs. And heck, the one heater, not even on high, overheated that cord last night. Um, I had to turn the electric off and everything, and sure enough, I had to pry it apart and shit, and yeah, it was really close to a fire. Well, if someone sent it live, and I knew that they sent it, because I don't have my Cash App's on another phone. And I do have a message from Cash App. Probably I'm in, oh, yeah, I got $2. Okay. I kid you not. I kid you not. And the reason is, remember I told you I bought the 2 quarts of oil and the gauge, $40, and then $2.50 at the food store. That gives me a grand balance of $2. When I tell you I'm broke, I'm broke. But I've had a few unexpected expenses getting the thing running. What can I say? I don't think I've wasted or whatever any funds. Damn. It's pretty cloudy out there. I hope that's not coming towards us. Uh-oh, we must have had a troll there. I seen the message disappear real quick. Oh, one of them stupid idiots that says get a job. Oh, goodness sakes. They want people to work past 67, then they're so stupid. Thank you, moderators, for taking care of the idiot. 12:36. Hey, Mr. Eddie. There you go, Michael. Oh, I'm going to get it done as soon as it warms up in here. I want to have the other 2 done so I can try and put them online and get people to donate and get them, because I really need to get a cord and a cord and propane and stuff. I'm in a world of hurt right at the moment. No, the cord, no matter how far you cut it back, it don't look like copper no more. It's tinnered or what, where it's had too many amps drawn through it over the years or whatever. Or yeah, it don't carry the amps like a nice cord. But you got to figure that the cord, the main cord I'm using, had been for a long time ago. There you go, Michael. And I've got one splice in it because it's not long enough to get up to here, but that's 30 amp cord, so that shouldn't really mess with it. But I don't know. I figure something out. You know what I mean? I was just glad the good Lord had me wake up, and I smelt that when I did and whatnot, because yeah, it been caught fire, and I probably would have woke up, but you know what I mean. I'm glad it didn't. That's pretty cool. That's a good way to piss him off. Yo, world life, how we doing? Oh, your diabetic numbers were way up, Frankie? Damn. You need to keep control of that. Wow, that's a lot of deer. Mine is just right from a 30 amp, a big 30 amp connection for RV down to an extension cord, a socket. I go straight from the box through the cord to a regular socket, like out in your wall. And I plug half the stuff in the top one and half the stuff in the bottom one. Replacing that's not going to help. Replacing the end in the box not going to help. It's the wire in between. Remember that one guy said he was going to send me some, and he did to a P.O. box or whatever that I never got? It's the wire in between. Tom Moon, I'm doing all right. I could use a little help, though. I'm going to run out of propane, and I need to replace my cord. I know that's exactly what I need to do. That's why I'm wanting to get a heavy-duty 30-amp cord, like an RV cord, and then I can put whatever ends I want on it. And I have the new wire from end to end, because I don't know where to get the wire. I'm not close to a place. Maybe I could order a wire on Amazon if I had the money. I mean, I don't know. Damn, the ice storm, wow. It was over 300K. What was? My generator has the big one, it has the cam lock, and it has the plug-in. It has all three on the generator. Here on the power pole, if it had a 110 socket, which it don't, it just has 50 amp and 30 amp. If I went and bought a 50 amp and then an adapter down to a 110 thing, that would work for being here, I reckon. But shit, that finding one and getting one of them, but it's still not going to solve carrying all them amps through the cord. Like when I go off the pole, I use the same cord running off my generator. But I only run 3/4 of the thing through the official 30 amp, and then I run a 110 cord through off of the regular plug-in on it. And I normally run a refrigerator with my heater and stuff, and I haven't had the refrigerator run for a while. How's your mom doing, Mr. Will? Is she getting better? Yeah, that's a lot of deer. A whole lot of deer. And we just got like waves of cloud out that way. Right on, right on, right on. We still keep it in the prayers. Just got a gust of wind. I got the hatch setting over the engine, but not, like there's still this much. It's not blocking the wind all the way. And a gust just blew through there hard enough to just, woo, send shivers up my bones sitting over here. I might have to cover the engine hatch back up better here. The old boy said he was going. If I had PayPal, he'd donate. I tried to tell him I had PayPal. He disappeared quick, didn't he? Those I would. Oh, I didn't hear that part, huh? But remember, months back, I had the same problem with the cord. And that's when I fixed it best I could, cut it back, got rid of a lot of the tarnished wire and all that shit. And it's been good since then. But remember, and someone said they was going to send me some. And I told him, if you do, where? He never told me what post, How was I supposed to get something if he didn't know where to send it and I didn't know where to go get it? Y'all remember all that? And I hadn't heard from him since because he got mad at me, I think. Because I do. I think if I'm not going to send something to someone not knowing it, they don't know it's coming or nothing. You know what I mean? I would have loved to have gotten the wire and stuff he said he sent. But I think it was like this morning, Hey, if he had this, I would, or we should. But hey, the good Lord's helped me this last couple of weeks immensely. He's going to help us again. Nobody wants to see the dogs cold. They don't care about me, but they're going to help my dogs. Watch. I don't care about me either. I can just stack on like these, I've got my Carhartt on, my jacket over it. They got fur. Leela, she lays under the covers with me. I can't handle the youngins laying in there under covers with me. But that's why I leave a heater on for them. My belt, it seems like it shrunk about 4 inches, Will. True story. I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, bolt the clutch fan on the front or put it up there and tighten that pulley because I just had the pulley. It was held in place, so it wasn't the pulley was moving or anything. It just seems too small to go from the harmonic balancer across the water pump to the power steering. Those 3 points. Man, it don't look like there's any way it could do that. That it's just too small for that. But if you try to go like from the harmonic balancer to the power steering without the water pump, then it's way too long. Or the water pump maybe to the power steering. I haven't tried that one yet, but I think it's going to be the same. Way too long. It just I haven't fussed with it that much. 30 minutes before I went live maybe, because it's been downright cold. I'm not sitting in here. I'm not sitting like this for nothing. And that goes on before the serpentine belt. And I know how the serpentine belt goes. And it's a lot easier to put this belt on before I put the alternator bracket and the alternator and all that on the right hand side, the passenger side on. You know what I mean? This has nothing to do with that. So if I get this figured out and straightened out, yeah, I'll be okay. But I decided that I just go ahead and bolt the clutch pan on because it's going to be put on anyway. And just put the, you know, how you replace a belt with, and just stretch it, see whatever I got to do to get her on there. I don't know. I don't have the smog. I don't. Nope. This belt just goes straight over power steering, water pump maybe, and harmonic balancer. My smog pump I have to leave on there because that runs off the serpentine. That I know. Well, Mr. John, I hope. It's not. I hope I'm going to use my propane that I got here. I'm sure to warm this up because I can't sit here and not want to tinker with that. You know, I got to get that damn power steering belt on, and throw the alternator bracket and stuff on it, and you know she's ready to put antifreeze in and everything and be done with it or get her running. Um, I can live if I don't have the drive shaft hooked up until, you know, a day or two. I can live without that, but I want to hear this damn thing run. I want to show it runs. I want it to open and close the thermostat. You know what I mean? Make sure that it's got good antifreeze circled all through it. Um, so, yeah. It's not going to get much warmer over any time between now and when I have to be out of here on the 20th. I think it gets a little warm on the 20th, and then it dips back down again. But, yeah. So far as going out to set up this weekend anywhere, nah. Ain't nobody going to come out Springfield or here in the weather. That'd be a waste of fuel and time. That's why during the winter, I normally went off the road, went to Oz and Possum, worked, you know, on vehicles and made a few money or whatever, because people don't like to come out in the cold, and I don't blame them. And you can't leave the door open, you know, like during when it's not cold. I'm talking about, you know, if it's in the mid 40s and above, no problem. But under 45 and 40 and under, people don't want to come out and stop. They don't. And I don't blame them. Well, the only trouble about that is the gas station don't like. The only thing I would need at the gas station is if it was like a propane refill. I don't think they have them. I think the closest place I can get propane is Ace Hardware, and I'm not looking forward to walking over there. But there are two gas stations here. One is a Signal, and I don't know what the other one is across the street. I can tell you, I just looked on maps. When I need to put some fuel in here to run it, that'd come in real handy if nothing else. But other than a test run, you know, but I know the transmission and everything's good. If I just sit here and run the engine half hour, boom. You know, I know not on the tranny that was doing fine. Well, this engine came with with a thermostat in it. I mean, I can knock it out because I got that brand new one. I could, did I bought for the other engine? I've got that. But I didn't take the thermostat out of it, and I never checked it out. Will, I know it's got a thermostat in it because when I look down, I can see a thermostat. I figured I'd run it and see if the thermostat works or not, knowing I've got one. What's up, Mr. Frank? Hey, double tap that screen, sign that petition, folks, please. Please, 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 please. You use fail-safe ones. What's a fail-safe one? I've never heard of that. But yeah, in this type weather, you don't need a thermostat if you don't want heat. Uh, I mean, I wouldn't argue that with you at all. There you go, Mr. Michael. There you go. Oh, heck, I forgot. I was going to tell you what gas station was across the street. Signal's on this side, and how come you ain't picking up where we are? Damn phone. There we go. Um, Bullseye 30? It's called Bullseye. Bullseye is across the street, and Signal is on the same side of the street. Well, Gonna be careful smoking too much of this here, or I'll have to take a nap. Well, this heater puts out some heat on medium anyway. I know that's why the dogs like it, I guess. I mean, it warms up my legs sitting right here 6 inches from it. Warms it up pretty good. Hey, Mr. Dodd, how you doing? Oh, we had snow this morning. Where am I located? Ozark, Missouri. Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel. On it. My thoughts today are how I can get a heavy-duty cord about 30 foot long and a tank of propane. I'll probably have more worries and concerns tomorrow. The way my luck's going. Oh, hey. Well, I've had no heat this morning until I got my cord rigged again. I've got it jury rigged again. Hell, I'm glad that I was up at 5 and smelt it and whatnot, because, I mean, yeah, when you can smell it, it's really close to combusting, you know what I mean? When you can smell burning plastic, so yeah. So the good Lord watched out for me this morning. He's covered my ass all this week so many times, like there's an angel right here. Absolutely. Look, I tried to start the engine the other day, and good thing she didn't run for any length of time, because, hell, there's a hole inside of an engine I could put my pinky through. Slosh that all up and out, you know, while she's running. Before you know it, you had no oil. That was a $20 mistake. And another $40 for the gauge. Yeah. Like I say, I'm just being honest. I don't have a thermostat gasket or nothing, so I just left it in there, hoping that everything would be okay until check time, you know? Shit, I can't afford a $4 or $5 gasket. But if need be, you know, but to take it out or put a new one in, you're still going to need a gasket. True story. Then you want me to walk a quarter mile down the road to get it? I don't mind doing that. I wish there was an AutoZone, because I got a $10 card for AutoZone. Oh, I know that. But see, I got a thermostat. Just like I got a new oil gauge. So if I lose oil pressure, you know, and don't hear no click, whatever, at least maybe I'll notice the gauge and, you know. I'm doing the best I can, Scotty. But I'm working with some older stuff. I'm trying to make sure that we take care like this, you know? Instead of just putting a plug in the hole, there's another $20 bill there, you know what I mean? Versus just putting a plug in it. Hell, I don't care about that one. There's people that do that too. Hell, I know people don't check their own, all kinds of shit. But yeah, I don't know. And of course, I bought 2 more quarts of oil because I know that there's a good quart on the ground, and she was a quart low that, I knew of that. So I definitely want to put 2 quarts of oil in her before I go to crank her again. I'm hoping I get my dipstick in and out of the tube. That's a challenge in itself. It don't like going in and out of that tube. Well, you only need it for heat. The thermostat. If you want heat for your vehicle, let's see, my blower motor's never worked in this for my heater, my defroster, and heat and stuff. My blower's never worked in this thing. I've just never got a new blower motor or nothing for it. You know what I mean? And it's the blower motor itself that's out. I checked that. So, yeah, if you don't want heat or you don't need heat in your vehicle, you really don't have to have a thermostat. Most of your racing cars and shit like that, they don't have thermostats. They just, it is a way to keep your engine running a lot cooler. What do you mean, Mr. Dodd? What corners are you talking about that I was going to cut? I'm trying to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. That's why it's cost me every penny I got. Yeah. New temperature. Well, I put new temperature gauge on when we fixed just a month ago. Now I got brand new oil pressure gauge and everything. I just put the part that goes into the block where the oil was spitting out when I started. Yeah. I've already connected that. I just got to bring the little tubing up here, mount this, compress it in there, and it should be good to go. Oh, I'd love to have some beers, but I don't have none. I'd love to have a steak and some beer to celebrate this thing running tonight. I mean, I know it runs. We've heard it run, but I want to be able to let it run, you know what I mean? But hey, if you want to send me $20 on my Cash App, man, I can get me a $10 pack of steaks and shit, the beer's only like $7. So Patty, if you want to send me like $17, I can make that happen tonight. And that give me a real good incentive to get her done. Mr. Dodd, I've got to stay around in the area another whole damn month. But no, I'm going to be on the road. I mean, I don't have no way to stay here parts at the trailer park. But I'm trying not to cut any corners. That's why it's the death of me right now, and I don't really have a couple of quarters to rub together. I need to take a propane. I'm going to be out of heat by morning. I can't depend on my electric heaters because now I only had one on last night, and it overheated the cord. Well, I don't know, Frankie. There's pros and cons. You don't definitely need a thermostat. That I know. You know. But if you want heat to defrost your windows and to be comfortable in your vehicle, yes, you need one, or you will never get heat. Oh, hey, Mr. Dodd, I hear you. Well, I think all the other shit was done right, Mr. Dobbs, but we were just, nobody knew that it was going to be a cracked block or anything. But come on now, everything mechanical and everything was done right the last time. Um, Oil pump went out on the sucker, but evidently the oil pressure gauge wasn't working right because I never seen where I lost pressure. Remember, it was running fine until I pulled over and uh, talked on the phone for a minute and accelerated off and down the road. That must be when the oil pump froze up or whatever it did. It broke the little plastic housing around it and stuff, so it did something. I'm sure that's why I lost the pressure and boom, I spun that bearing. Or that's what I figure happened. I mean, I couldn't have stopped that at all. That was a faulty oil pump, I think, or a broken oil pump. Now, had I seen my oil pressure went down when I first heard the noise like I was talking about, I could have, turned the key and pulled to the side of the road and whatever, and maybe have saved it, but I don't know. But that's why, when you said don't cut corners, hey, this could have been a tank of propane yesterday. But getting this sucker and doing it right is worth more than that. I can put these on, and my dog's got fur, so we'll be all right. I'm trying to do it right. That's the main thing. Oh, I've gotten a bad thermostat out of the box too. No, you can't fuck no gaskets. That's stupid. Don't open it up if you don't want to buy a gasket. What's the risk, Dodd, for not having one? Mr. Dodd, what's the risk of not having a thermostat? I've got a brand new thermostat. You're missing the point. I got a brand new thermostat. I just bought it for the other engine. It's brand new. Okay. Um, so, but I didn't want to crack this one open because it don't have a brand new gasket or nothing. When I crack this one open, which might have a good working thermostat in it, I won't know until I, add fluid and run it in a minute, see if it opens, whatever. If it gets hot, first thing you do is what? Check thermostat, make sure it opens, whatever, and find out if that's the problem, right? I mean, come on. If I wanted or had a new gasket, I would have already put the new thermostat over in it because I got it. You know what I mean? But I want to know what is bad not having a thermostat in an engine. People tell me there's bad points, but I'm like, Will, I don't see any bad point other than you don't have heat. What's the story to it? That's what I want to know. What is bad other than you don't get heat? What do you mean having bad luck? No, you know that thing, no good deed goes unpunished. I give that guy that engine block and everything, and the first bracket cost $125, and then I had to get a rear bracket for the power steering pump, which we got that. I mean, yeah, my dumb ass let him have it, so I mean, I can only blame that on me. But thankfully, we've got that. You know, Mr. Allen sent me a little extra when he bought the bracket, and boom, that bought the 2 quarts of oil and the gauge that I needed. So right now it's just the belt's getting me trouble putting on. It's colder than shit, and yeah, I'll get her done. I will get her done. And if I don't have heat, like I say, we'd be all right. I don't want to argue the fact on the thermostat with anyone. I want to know the logic on the good and the bad points. That's all I want to know. Uh-uh. Later, Frank. I know that, Will. Well, I thought like all the race cars and stuff, most of them, they don't have thermostats in them. That's why I'm thinking, well, how the hell can it be bad? But they ain't worried about having heat in them. Right? They're in fire retardant suits and everything else. They're hot as hell anyway, So I don't know. I don't know. That's why I was asking. I like to hear science behind things. I hear all kinds of things, but I want to know, how did we come up with that conclusion? Make sense? I hear you there. I've knock on wood. I've never had trouble running no thermostats in an engine, other than heat. And there's some vehicles you won't have no damn heat at all. If you're not holding it back because it cools it too good, and you get like, it might be just a little lukewarm, but that's not heat. Oh, goodness sakes. Told you I'd get a couple of these and feel like I'm going to have to take a nap. Now I got to do another one so I don't feel like I have to take a nap. Well, everybody signed the petition, shared it. Those of you that signed it, have you shared it lately? I know some have. I'm sure a lot haven't. This is your little reminder that I'd really appreciate it. So would the prisoners if you just, click on the petition and hit share the petition. What's 19 and 19? What are you smoking? Are you looking at football score or something? If you're talking about, here I see, well, it said 14 people and 18 thumbs up. Now it says 15 people and 18 thumbs up. Yeah, you're seeing different stats than me. I got 14 and 18 right now. Mine was 14. Oh, okay. Mine went 14 and 18. Oh, shit. Oh, that's what I got right now. 14 and 19. I'll be damn. 15 and 19. My fans are coming back. Damn it. Where? Whoa. Damn, couple hits of that roach there, and I got to clean the damn tube out. Oh, my knees are locked up. Damn. Don't get old, folks. Do not get old. Oh. Time for bingo, huh? Okay. Yeah. Oh, that one's plugged up too. Went splat. Little glob of resin went splat right in my hand. Well, it's cold here, I'll give you that. I'm not used to being in the cold this time of year. I'm usually in Arizona or somewhere. Cold. Other than that, great. I would have to agree. Well, there you go. Well, shit. I stretched it out for an hour. About time to get out of here. Like any other place, depends on who makes it and whatnot. I mean, generally Firehouse Sub's all right. I've had it, a couple times. It was all right. But just like anything else, if someone make your sandwiches, they can. There's places that can screw it up too. Oh, I hear you, Will. Get my hair tied back, lean over in this son of a gun, and try and get a couple things done here before it gets dark. Any last question, comments, or concerns before I get out of here? Well, just like when old boy earlier posted I needed some beers. He didn't answer back when I asked him if he wanted to send $17 and I'd buy some steak and beer to celebrate tonight, did he? I see 13 and 20, but that's still cool. But I do need to get out of here. Uh, Fire up this big heater and get some heat going in here, and open the engine hatch. And I haven't let it defeat me so far, and I'd be damned if I let a belt kick my dick in the dirt. You know what I mean? Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, Mr. Daniel. Hope to see y'all at 7. Remember, folks, it's all about peace, love, and cannabis for all. One team, one dream, united we stand. If we try, we can get along. The dogs love you. I love you. Josh will love you. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll catch y'all this evening. Peace.